in Seattle, Washington, in Pioneer Square, which is the heart of the historic district. We are in what was originally the first neighborhood of the city. Today, it's actually the southernmost downtown neighborhood. This guy behind me, this is Chief Seattle. He is who our city is named for, and this bust of him went up in 1907, and that year there was only one photograph of the chief left. What makes up this neighborhood are mom-and-pop stores, art galleries, antique malls, and a lot of bars. This is traditionally the bar district. One of my favorite places to eat in the neighborhood, Doc's Lounge. Oysters are actually the reason that Olympia is the capital of Washington State. They bribed people with their high-quality oysters in order to secure the capital for themselves. These are really great, nice and sweet. Love them. Love them. We were built by people from Illinois. Their concept of tidal activity was a little off. And they built on an area that led to constant flooding and sewage issues. I mean, you think about trying to build an outhouse when, the water table's 2 feet below you. Not pretty. Far from pretty. So pretty smelly, disease-infested, rotten little community. They said if you pulled the chain to flush your crapper at high tide in the low flat part of town, you were in for a chilling experience. We actually had up-flushing crappers, backwards flushing. In the Great Fire, 33 blocks were leveled. Fire lasted 12 hours, and it killed no one. And the fire enabled us to solve those problems. And the way they solved them was by elevating the streets up around the buildings so that there was room under the roads to lay water lines, sewer lines, drainage lines, that sort of thing. Oh, and I love the way the stairwell smells. This would have been the first floor entrance for that structure. So this is the entrance to the structure, what would have been a first floor entrance. Today it takes us out onto the hollow sidewalk space, and we have 1 block radius areas that we can go underground because they've actually raised and filled in the streets. So you can walk around an entire block. Really the heart of what we call the underground tour, the garment district. It's where there were lots of young sewing ladies available for your pleasure. This is the Oriental Hotel, and the Oriental Hotel would have been one of those places where you could have gone to get your mending taken care of. In a city like Seattle that's on the far west coast, and that's a logging community, what you're going to have in the early days is a really, really large lack in the female population. They used to say that the odds were good, but the goods were odd if you were a woman in this town. At one point, we had 8 men for every 1 woman. You can see kind of interesting things like where windows were in places that don't quite match up. You'll notice things like this around our city where they've made adjustments. These are totem poles carved in the design or in the style of the Tlingit tribe, which is a tribe, an island tribe in Alaska. I studied at a small conservatory theater school and met my husband there. And got married, and by then I was working here, and I've been here ever since. I'm a tour guide through and through. But I think it's a beautiful city, and it's quirky enough that I'm acceptable.